Men are now pitching NBA-style 4-year major contracts to women, citing divorce rates and financial blowups as the reason. It's like a rookie deal. If we vibe, we resign, says one TikTok user.
50% of marriages end in divorce or something now. So it's like,
It's probably more now.
this is my thing I think we should do. It sounds like a joke, but it actually is real. I think we should do marriage like NBA contracts. It should be like, okay, we got a 4-year deal. Okay? We're going to see if we want to renew after 4 years. If we don't want to renew, you be a free agent, you go off to the Mavs.
Hilarious.
You know? But if you do want to renew, we'll have another little party. We'll invite our friends, and that strengthens us. And because you know your term is coming up, there is a little bit more work you put in. There's a little bit more like, oh, we got to stay focused on this. Oh man, my contract's coming up. But if it's just like, well, it's forever, stop trying.
All right, quickly, is that a good idea? Yes or no?
What do you mean quickly?
Just real quick, hurry up.
I don't think so. I'll tell you why later.
The U.S. divorce rate still sits near 44%. And when you look at ex-NBA star Anthony Walker, dude made $110 million and ended up bankrupt after a high-profile divorce and bad investment. You get why men are cautious. I'm just protecting my assets, another user joked. But does this trend actually solve the problem or just shift the drama? Critics say it's a commitment dodge. Others call it a prenuptial for the TikTok era. Will this contracts become the norm or just another viral moment in the marriage debate?
So this is why I say that still doesn't help anything. Because if it doesn't work out in 4 years, you're still going to get a divorce. What the hell is the same thing? How does that change anything? And if you're worried about making a bad investment, if you feel like, oh, if I get with them, oh, they're going to take all my money. That's what prenups are for. Sign a contract. I mean, you can do the like, oh, if we get a divorce, they're not entitled to anything. And if they're fine with that, they're fine with that. But don't get into something that they're not fine with and you're worried about your assets. I mean, this is a real thing. Everybody, thinks, oh yeah, we're in love, da 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 da, and then it doesn't work out, and maybe the person shows their true colors and stuff later.
Gold diggers.
But that's why people need to stop rushing into things these days. I feel like people don't take time to, like for my parents, for instance, they dated for like 4 years before they even got married. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
people, I feel like people don't date long enough anymore. I feel like people get together 6 months to a year later, they're like, we're getting gave each other a chance to go through rough patches. You know what I mean? Like get to know the person for a few years. And then like you can have a perfect year, but I don't think that personally, I don't think that's long enough. And I feel like people have been more so rushing these days. They don't give stuff time to really develop. Like, what are we rushing for? What's the rush here? And I feel like people aren't thorough in getting to know each other, getting to know them at their worst, their best, when they're not putting in effort. People think marriage is all about, oh, love, love, love. Can you tolerate that person when things aren't going well? Can you? That's a big part of it too. Like there are rough patches where you feel like, I don't know if we love each other the same or whatever. Can you love them through the bad and the good? Can you tolerate that person when things aren't going so great? And you can find that out if you actually date and get to know each other for more than 6 months to a year. That's not long enough. People need to stop rushing.
Yeah. This is not financial advice, but we are gonna speak on this. But like over 60% of NBA players are broke within 5 years of retiring. Come on, people, be smart with your money. Invest it. Put it in gold. We talked about it. Silver, things that build value in the stock market. What's it called? Universal. Damn it, life insurance stuff. There's stuff that you could do through the banks. You could create your own bank through universal insurance, something like that. But there's things that you have to move in lockstep when you're getting this huge amount of money. Houses, retire, real estate. Things that bring value. You know what I mean, Jess?
Yeah, you got to be, people have to just be financially responsible. It's good when it's good and it's not when it's not. You know what I mean?
Right.
People kind of have that here and now moment. I'm gonna buy all this. I'm gonna spend all this money on this, and then does that car
Right.
matter
Right.
5 years down the line unless you bought some classic car that doesn't depreciate one, you know what I mean? But not all
Yeah.
those cars are like that. Some of those cars ain't worth a damn
True.
2-3 years down the line.
True.
So it's just about being responsible, doing your research, be financially responsible. And those are the people that you usually see thrive once they are out of the league. The financially responsible people, the people that invested, the people that, started businesses, did their research and didn't go crazy and being crazy. But sometimes people be doing too much. I'm not
Yeah.
trying to tell nobody what to do with their money. Hey, you earned it. Do what you please, but you
True.
know.
Yeah. Prenup agreements have increased by 62% among millennials since 2019. Yeah, people are breaking up. People are having hard times finding relationships. They build their life to a certain point where they're making all this money, and you're not sure when you're with that person for a year or 2 years. You're still not sure. So, prenups are the best way. Are you in it for the money or are you in it for me? Because, you know, nowadays they're taking people's uh they're people are going broke. Adults, men are getting broke, and women are walking away free. Child support, things that the court system is all for the women, and men are left behind. So you got to be smart. And yeah, I understand with the prenups and everything. That's just how you got to move nowadays.
I blame social media.
Oh, right, right.
I still think that us as humans were never supposed to have access to this many people. You know what I mean?
True.
Like it's not like back in the day with our parents. You married Susan or John in the neighborhood, the girl around the corner, the girl next door, the boy next door. Now you're on social media and you have this in your palm. You're finding these people you don't even know. They see what you got, they want what you got. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, oh, I need to view it. It's image, 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 image. Then you get them with them for image, and then you're paying them all this money once it doesn't work out because you got with them for image and not for what really matters.
Right.
Look at my
And what?
climate,
Yeah.
fucker upper.
We'll get into that one. Women file for divorce nearly 70% of cases. See, there's some reason I don't know why women would own, step up and start the divorce process. 70% of cases. Um, what do you think, Jess? Like, why is the reason women just like move on? Do they see the money, they dip out after, or
Are you
is
talking
other?
about for athletes or just in general?
Okay, that's too vague. Yeah, never mind.
Because I'm like, if we're talking about athletes, sometimes the wrong
Athletes.
women get a
Okay.
hold of these athletes, and like I said, you're on social media and you end up getting with people for image, for how they look, and that's it. They could be the most shittiest person you ever met in your life, but you don't care because they fine as hell. So when they get tired and bored of you and they were with you long enough to take half of your stuff, I don't know
Right.
why you surprised.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
Mm.
you really got to fill out the situation. So, like I said, I still blame social media. We're in the era of social media, and I feel like it really ain't helped anything. But, and
Yeah.
not to say they're all like that, because when you see what's a good one, LeBron James and his wife, I think they've been together for a long time. Weren't they together like since high school or something?
I don't know.
You don't know?
LeBron
I'm
James.
I'm not sure either, but they got a pretty looks like they got a pretty tight,
Solid.
marriage. Let me look.
Unless you bring up that Diddy thing. Ain't no party like a Diddy party. Party. Boom. Boom. But
Yeah, they met.
yeah, yeah,
They
go
met
ahead.
in high school. So that's, a couple that met when they were teenagers, and LeBron was like, "I love you. I'm sticking with you. We going through this." He didn't switch up when he got to the big leagues like, oh, look what I can have. Oh, look over here. Oh, look over here. He stayed with a woman that he was in love with that held it down for him from since day one. And look at it now.
Right,
Got a beautiful family and they thriving. You can't let all look, look all the people that want me. But you gotta people don't always have the best intentions, and people need to remember that.
Mm-hmm.
They don't always have the best intentions.
And that is part of the culture. That is part of the talks nowadays, is financial security, shaping relationship trends. But if you're broke, you're broke. Find a girl that you guys are on the same page with, the same value system, and you grow together. Once you break off, going separate ways, you're finding different types of people. For me, it's just like stick to someone, build with them, go through the ups and downs together, and smart or cynical. Short-term contracts could become the new prenup. Yeah, divorce rates keep climbing. Are contracts the solution? uh Getting in writing, yes. I do believe that, even though it sucks, you don't want to go through that, but nowadays that is, because asset protection is on everyone's mind. It affects a lot of people's pockets for sure. Leave your thoughts, comment below. We got a lot to get to. We're getting into culture corner. Look, marriage is changing. People want flexibility and security, not just romance. Maybe 4-year deals make sense. Maybe not. Just be real about your goals, communicate, and protect your peace. No contract can guarantee love, but it can save you from a messy split. That's facts for sure.
And a prenup can also do the same thing. So, like I said, do I agree with the guy with the contracts? It's essentially still a prenup, so that still doesn't solve anything. To me, it doesn't solve anything. I don't know. Like,
I was thinking totally different then. I don't know, but yeah.